G'day everyone,
Hey.
welcome
Hey.
lads.
Welcome.
This is the Outside Man
Yes.
podcast, the
Something in my
layman's guide to something in your eye,
Yep.
where we talk about rugby league from the position of the general layman, the armchair expert. We all love armchairs. We all think we're experts
Why aren't we doing this podcast in armchairs?
because we probably wouldn't fit them in the shed.
The
We're-
timber would have to be back there somewhere.
That's probably
It's a
why.
good question though.
Yeah.
You got to question these things.
Look, if you've got a question or a comment or
We may
a
have
suggestion, we will.
We will?
I'll research.
We'll
I'll
try.
do some homework during the week. Leave a comment. If you like this podcast, remember to hit that thumbs up, and hopefully we'll earn your subscription today. And if we do, make sure you hit that subscribe
Did we gain
button.
any this week?
Yes, we did. We picked up another subscriber this
Hey,
week.
welcome!
So we're up to 38.
Come on.
38.
We did a Origin 3
Yes.
preview episode, which did really well. A couple hundred views on that, which is excellent.
Oh, that's
for
all
us.
right.
So there's a couple hundred crazy people out there that think the same way we do, which is great.
Are you going to talk about our not sponsor?
Yes. So we've got a new segment tonight, lads.
Yeah.
We've got the this is not sponsored by.
Not
Ooh.
sponsored.
And tonight we are not sponsored by, not yet anyway, a little Australian-made product.
How good?
It's been out for a little while now. It's called the Can Buddy. Now, these were sent in for my other channel, Chase the Weekend. Check that out if you like camping for driving. So the Can Buddy, Australian-made, designed, manufactured, all in Australia. Everything's done in Brisbane. So what is a Can Buddy?
Yeah, what is?
Yeah, what is
Well,
it?
it's
Is
a
that if
buddy.
you want to drink 6 at once?
This
You
is
just-
It's
Jed-
buddy for your cans.
It's for Jed's cans. He's creaming sodas.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Creaming sodas
Oh,
actually
creaming
fit quite well in there. So it's designed for the camper or the caravaner. And you know what? There's nothing worse than opening up your fridge after you've been out hitting the tracks all
Hate
day
opening my fridge.
and your tinnies have been rolling around in your fridge.
No.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they actually rub through
Oh.
and can pop out the
Yeah.
side, which is
Bang.
very annoying and really quite
Covers
painful
everything.
to clean your fridge out.
Yeah.
So these are designed to take a sixer, any standard 375ml can, and then they've got these cool little rings in there which actually sit in the lip of the can, so you can have
brilliant.
multiple can
That's
buddies in your
awesome.
fridge.
Yeah.
Grab them out. Me and Gaz were actually talking about some way of making up a little handle for it too, so we'll keep an eye on Chase the Weekend for that one.
Any can, anytime, anywhere.
Oh, I like that.
But I don't work for them.
Neither do we.
Can I patent that?
Mm.
No. Well, yeah,
It's
there you go.
patented. Australian made, Australian owned, Can Buddy. Pretty sure the website's, I'll put it right here, right now.
Yeah.
Should be www.canbuddy.com.au.
Oh,
$25, delivered anywhere. Get on it.
How good.
All right.
Shall we talk some
Alright,
footy?
Okay.
Let's talk
Rugby league,
footy.
Jet.
Did we have a good weekend?
Nah.
2 points here.
We did.
2 points
2
here.
points there.
Yeah.
No, you didn't get.
Oh, that's
3 in a
right.
row, bro.
Do you want me to hide this?
3
bit?
games since
Beat
the 80s.
Georgia 40-29.
Wasn't that a chick's name?
Georgia. Yeah, it is.
It's a
Georgia.
Back to the NRL. The
Anyway.
first game I
it's
tipped
Georgia.
wrong.
I don't
You
know.
tipped the-
I don't
you
watch
tipped the
it.
First
Warriors.
game I tipped wrong. I tipped the Warriors and they almost beat them.
Yeah.
They played the Raiders. Raiders won 20-18. Not enough controversy in this for my
Fogarty
liking.
was excellent. I have to
Fogarty
say,
played very
steered
well.
the ship.
Good to see
But
him
the
back.
Warriors, you score more tries and you still lose.
Oh, they're
More possession.
Harris Tavita. I feel so
Drive.
sorry for that guy.
Oh, did you see him in the sheds?
Yeah.
Oh, heartbreak. He's a good player, eh? He's
Yeah.
I
Did
really.
you see the way he stabbed that last kick? You could tell he was lacking confidence.
That was the
He
one right,
like,
nearly right. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, after the last kick went like 50 meters in the wrong direction, I think it was probably really unfortunate. I think the Warriors are just so close. They've
In
got it.
fairness, it wasn't as bad as South's goal kicking the week before.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
They had like 4 players.
Have
There
a
was
go.
only 2, but
Yeah.
this is a good.
Just looking at stats, like it was pretty even. 50-50
Yeah.
possession, 27,
Yeah.
28 minutes possession. Completion rate was 80 to 84
Well,
to the
they
Warriors.
slightly favour the Warriors. All those stats.
They
Um,
slightly do, don't they?
They
And, well,
should have had it.
I mean, they scored 4
Well,
tries.
and they
for
scored
3.
more tries. So
So, really,
Shout out to the people that went to the game. It was -3.
It was
Wow.
Yeah, it was a
Minus
cold.
3.
all
That's a bit
8,500.
Yeah.
It was literally 8,500.
That's probably why there was only 8.5 there.
8,500 people is a lot to go out in -3.
Yeah,
I
that's,
don't know 8,500 people that would do that.
That's fresh.
some big tacklers in the game. Wade Egan, 58 tackles.
Yeah.
That's
Tom
monstrous.
Starling, 55. And Roger, is he hitting form again? 256 metres to top the match.
I would
Well,
be,
Roger ended up in halfback because fullback
Fullback.
because old mate got injured.
I'd be
first,
interested to see how many of those meters were once he shifted
Oh, most of
to
them.
the fullback. Yeah.
Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger, good to see him
Good on
back.
him.
Are we convinced the Raiders have turned a corner?
No.
No.
Are we convinced the Warriors are done?
No.
They're cooked.
No.
Still can make the top 8.
I reckon they could get there. They're not gonna. I've conceded they won't win the comp.
Who have they got this week? Tigers.
Actually, can they win enough games to get
Well,
there? Can
the
they
Raiders
win
are
13?
closer to 8th. They're sitting in 10th at the moment on
They
22
got to
points.
win 13 and they've won 7. Is that it?
Yeah, 7. Yeah,
So-
the Warriors can't. Like,
6. They could win 6.
That's disappointing after finishing 3rd last year.
They have excuses because of injuries and they've lost. Well, they've lost their halfback. They've lost their fullback. They've lost.
Can I say, I know what it is. Okay,
Oh,
you ready for
Callan's
this?
inside tips.
here we go.
It's called second year syndrome.
Oh, yes.
2022, the Cowboys finished 3rd, made it to a prelim, was a forward pass away from a grand final. Still a bit salty about that. They
Also a try. They could have
2023
scored at any point.
doesn't matter. 2023, second year syndrome, expectations up here. Every team brings their best game to verse you. Couldn't match that expectation. What's happened to the Broncos this year? Finished 2nd. Now they're in the bottom 8, struggling. I still personally think they'll make the 8. What's happened to the Warriors this year? First year doing so. Broncos was their first year doing well last year in a couple of years. Same with the Warriors. Second year syndrome. It's a thing.
Do you know why the Panthers excelled and these teams
They haven't
didn't?
had their second year yet.
They're still waiting for. They're still
I
in.
think they're just too good.
Oh, yeah,
So-
but why?
Well,
Is it because their
here's the
team
difference.
was settled over time and it hasn't just clicked it in?
There's 4 teams that this doesn't happen to. 3. The Penrith Panthers, Sydney Roosters, and the Melbourne Storm.
Well, actually, there was that one time that Roosters won the premiership, and what did they get the next year?
Yeah, the Spoon.
The Spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, it might have been 2 years later.
So they're
wasn't
not
it?
immune.
Yeah.
So
Well,
there's
2 years
really
later.
Yeah.
there's
But then-
really only 2 teams. Storm and Penrith.
Can we just appreciate Melbourne? I know we're getting off topic here, but since 2003,
Love Melbourne, don't you?
they've never missed the finals.
2009 when they got.
Oh, they didn't miss the finals. The 2010 that was
So,
actually. That's when they got the
2010,
finals, but
yeah.
still.
So you've
Yes.
just got to
Incredible.
find
Always
some boats,
there.
Jeff. You've just got to find some boats.
Yeah. What boat?
All right.
Craig Bellamy is amazing.
Incredible.
Hey, the second game I tipped wrong.
Did you tip Tigers?
This is a theme.
I had to
Well-
go. I went all upsets because I wanted to get back on
Make
top
some
of the
ground.
comp.
And you.
Yeah.
So I thought the Tigers were in with a chance. I thought their team was very settled, and they would be hurting because Cronulla smashed them. But no, the Rabbits are looking like they're gonna really push
To come back.
to come back. Damien Cook played quite well. Wyden is just amazing.
All this without Latrell too.
Yeah.
And so when they get Latrell back, gee,
I don't think they make finals, but they're playing better footy. And
I
think
said they're
they-
going to push for the finals.
They're going close. They'll go close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are going to lose for them to get there.
Yeah, you look at the stats, it's pretty much, it tells the story. 54 to 46 possession to the Rabbits. Completion rate was 82 to 70 to the Rabbits. Interesting, the play the ball speed in this game was 3.17 seconds. And for those wondering, that is quite quick. Most NRL games are between 3.5 and 4. Doesn't sound like a big number, but that is...
One thing I noticed this weekend, I've been noticing it for a while now. It was quite obvious in the Cowboys game. The Cowboys, the majority of the play the balls, they put their foot on the ball and roll it back. Whereas the Penrith and Storm, couple of guys in the Roosters do it, but what they do is they don't actually slow down to put the foot on the ball, which I know you don't have to these days. They do it in one
You
motion.
do
where
have
the-
to.
Well, none of them do.
They don't police it.
When they're looking to give a penalty, they find a player to do that.
Yeah.
When there's been 1,000 a game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all
Well,
of a sudden they blow that
They
penalty.
will put their foot over the top of the ball in
Yeah.
one fluid motion, which
Yeah,
is
happens a
more
lot.
like a touch footy play the ball sort
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
Whereas I noticed, mainly because I was watching the Cowboys intently because I really wanted them to win.
Thanks, man.
Because I tipped them.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
a good.
Obviously
That's a
like
good stat to
Cowboys.
point out because that's when the Rabbits play their best. Is when they're getting really quick play the balls like Murray down there and then scooting off the back of that. Yeah.
Well, if you're saving a second each play the ball, that's going to add up over the game.
Let's just keep an
just-
eye on that. Sorry, Jeff.
Just on a quick side note with the play the balls, I noticed that there was a couple of errors, and what it's due to is like the players they put their spray on their hand.
Yeah, Tom yesterday.
Yeah, and like it sticks to their hand, and it's like, come on, like you don't need it anyway.
there must be something with that and the rain. It must
Yeah.
have like I found in the wet game. I don't know, was that a wet game?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
found or the real dew. I find there's some chemical reaction.
I think it'd
there.
be good to keep an eye on the
Spider-Man.
ball speed, play the ball speed, just for this week, just to note your
Yeah.
point there. So we might keep an eye on that. But anything else on the Rabbits Tigers game?
No, I think that was pretty
Kind
good.
of two teams
Yeah.
just playing for a bit of
I
pride
have
for
to
the end
admit,
of
I
the
didn't
season.
really get to watch the whole lot because
Yeah, I
we
didn't
were
wa-
down in Brizzy, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can I say
Where was my invite?
You can say.
Didn't you get
Aiden
it?
Caesar
No.
is a very dirty player. Aiden Caesar
Nah, he's good.
is really starting to get on my
Well,
nerves.
look, he's
Like-
he's not. He hasn't got many games left at the Tigers.
He's close to Mahoney. Like he is
Marnie.
Marnie. Sorry, Reed Marnie. He is like, yeah.
He knows Jerome's coming next year, and he hasn't got much time left at the Tigers.
And they're not in the game. It's not like he's playing for, I don't know, whatever.
Did get binned in the 67th minute.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you missed it.
Yeah, another sin bin for the
Oh,
Tigers.
yes.
Yes.
Another one.
Another sin bin.
15. That's incredible.
Oh,
Another sin bin.
Benji, what are you
What are
doing?
you teaching them,
Come on,
Benji?
Benji.
Get amongst it. All right.
All right.
Oh.
Finally.
Is this upset of the round? You're supposed to-
No, I tipped
tipped
Bronx.
Bronx.
Hey, this is the first one I tip right.
Yeah,
You
I
said
think-
you were going with
Was
the
it-
Knights.
Well, he went for the upset.
Oh.
So
Look,
everyone.
I'll say Newcastle were very disappointing in this game. Lots of errors from both teams, actually, I thought. But the Broncos overall, especially in the first half, played the better footy.
Because the two Knights centres played Origin, I thought they'd be so tired that the Broncos would run over them. That's why
Yeah.
I switched my
Yeah,
tip.
13 errors to 14 errors, Jetty,
Yeah.
so you're pretty on the money there. If we look at the stats, possession was 51-49. It's pretty level the whole way through. Broncos, I guess, the class of Adam Reynolds, he makes a world of difference to that team. And he wasn't perfect by any stretch, but he you can tell an Adam Reynolds Broncos outfit compared to a non-Adam Reynolds.
He gives composure and confidence, hey.
He does.
That's what these
Calm
big
head.
players do. It's like Cooper Cronk in that grand final when he did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
No, like, I'm not saying
He held his arm.
He Orbison made all his tackles for him.
One of the greatest grand finals
It's
ever.
composure and confidence.
Yeah.
They just give you that confidence and you just compose when they're there.
Yeah. So do you reckon that, like, with Reynolds probably retiring at the end of next year, do you reckon it is the right move to go for Sam Walker? Because all the rumours are, and Walker hasn't re-signed with us.
Is he on contract next year?
Yeah, he's on contract for next year.
Right, it looks a bit.
Yeah, but like come November 1, and yeah, like
Can they afford him?
Well, Adam's on
Yeah.
800k, so
Yeah,
So-
but I mean, they've got to.
I'm sure the Titans will
Yeah.
find
the
Mill.
contract will end, his contract will end when Sam starts.
Yeah.
So he'll just
Yeah.
take out his money.
Is he only 800k?
oh, they're talking up above $1 million, but
If they win a premiership this year
Really?
or next year.
What has
Yeah.
Sam Walker done in the game?
yeah, I mean he does have a good short kicking game.
Yeah, but he hasn't won anything.
Yeah, I know.
He hasn't taken
I
a
know,
team-
but like that's just the reality of.
It's just not
What is
that
it,
many
potential?
great
It's
halfbacks.
the
Yeah.
potential.
But do you reckon that Walker would fit into that system?
I think he would. I think
Yeah.
he'd fit.
I think he's got the type of personality to fit in really well. He reminds me of Alfie Langer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an Alfie Langer kind of player, Sam Walker, and he's matured a lot in the last year. Do you remember that game where
He ran back.
He ran backwards. It was like 30
Yes.
seconds to go, and he just ran backwards. And I was kind of like, everyone's like, what an idiot. But I like that kind of style. It's like he's got character. I think the Broncos, look, they've had a tough year injury-wise. I think there is actually a bit of second-year syndrome for this year. Like every team turned up and knew that they had to give their best against
They
this
have
outfit.
lost a few key players.
They lost a few key players. They're
And they
starting
had
to get them back.
injuries, so-
Apparently, this week will be the first time they've had their full-strength team in quite some time.
Yeah, cool.
So that's why I still think they'll make finals.
Are they playing on Friday night?
No, Saturday afternoon.
They haven't had many Friday night games this year.
Saturday at 3 p.m.
Oh, they don't play
Yeah,
well
Against
in
the
the day.
Dogs.
Yeah.
All right, next game.
Next game, Storm v
Boston.
Roosters.
This was a bit upsetting for me,
Oh,
Jed.
Yeah, look,
I tipped
we-
the Roosters, and
We didn't play good footy, I must admit. Storm got 1 or 2 late tries, and but like the Storm did play very well. But I was so disappointed. I mean, Brandon Smith is not a hooker; he is a second rower or a lock.
He had some really good runs though.
Yeah,
He had some really good runs, but then they took him off and put him back on the bench.
Yeah. We had 2 sin bins that didn't help. Like, what was Radley thinking? Like, oh yeah, just take him out.
I just can't believe Victor Radley got sin bin. That's just unheard of.
I know. Yeah.
astonishing.
One thing I do want to discuss about: did anyone see the penalty try with Daniel Tupou? I thought he was going for the ball. Personally.
Yes.
I said the same thing. I thought the problem was
The Storm
it
guy
was-
stepped into him.
it was
Yeah.
that first initial grab
Yeah.
that did the trick, and the video ref sitting there going, well, he has technically grabbed him. Apart from that, you could argue that they were still jostling for the ball. The rule is that you can shoulder to shoulder. In my opinion, I thought he didn't do enough to put him off, and that try should have been awarded. So I think you're a bit hard done by there, but I think...
But overall, the Storm were the better team.
Well, look at the completion rate. So 77 to the Storm, 63 to the Roosters.
Yeah,
So
like that needs to be better.
I think Trent Robinson came out and said we need to fix up our discipline and our errors,
Yeah.
and we'll win. And I think if you did, you win that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly.
I think until before Radley got sin binned, I thought you guys were actually doing real well.
Yeah, but it is concerning that I think against Storm and Penrith, we've lost our last 20 games or something like that.
You've won
yeah,
one
yeah.
in some ridiculous number.
Yeah, since like 2019 or 20. So.
Talking about play the ball speed, it was a wetter game, a slippery game is what they've labelled it here. It was 3.5 seconds, so 3.52 seconds each team. Identical play the ball speeds. Says to me that the ref had control over the ruck, and was a bit slower because of the slipperier conditions. So you can see what conditions do to the game of NRL.
Yeah.
Let's look at player stats. Nothing really to remark. Teddy had he's in my super coach team, and he did very poorly, but he still put 223 metres.
He just needs to learn how to pass.
He doesn't pass, does he? What do you think about, as a Roosters fan,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on James Tedesco moving forward? How long has he signed for, and do you want him to see out the rest of his contract?
I think he's got 2 more years left in his contract.
Are you happy with Teddy? You've got to be, surely.
Yeah, I am. Like, his form has been a lot better this year. Because last year I think he was just trying to do too much. So yeah.
You'll stick with him for another couple of years?
I'll stick with him. Yeah.
I mean, you look out there. There's not many other fullbacks on the market.
Yeah.
If I could have.
We've got 3.
Yeah, you do. You do. Yeah, that's
I
right.
think
Can
Keno,
those guys tackle? Because we need one that can defend.
Actually, you've got
think
Keeney, Brimson, Campbell.
Yeah.
Isn't there one more that we're missing?
There's a couple in the
I'm thinking of someone
lower
else.
outside the 17, but yeah, I think Kenny's can be signed from this year. AJ signed for another 5-6
He's an
years
incredible
or
player.
something.
His ability to go from there to there and take off so quickly.
I'm really liking some of these young fullbacks, like Kenny, Trey Fuller.
Fuller's
That
26.
he's still young,
Oh, sorry. No.
little in stature.
Okay.
Maybe the Sharks need.
You know,
We'll talk about Sharks.
He
What's
can
that?
tackle.
What's that young
Oh,
bloke?
can I just say, Tedesco's attempted tackle on who was the Storm player that dived over and scored? It was amazing. I forget who it was. I saw that. He still got over him, but it was such a good attempt. He almost stopped him.
I see there that just quickly, in the very last play when the game was over, was it Grant Anderson looked like that he's done his knee or something like that?
Hyperextension.
Yeah, they're saying it might only be like 6 to 8 weeks now.
Yeah, it's just hyperextension.
Yeah,
I think you should.
but
right.
I was just like, it wouldn't happen to the Broncos. It would only happen to a team like the Storm. So anyway,
moving on to game of the round.
Oh,
yeah,
this
Panthers
was.
and Dolphins.
I tipped Dolphins.
I tipped Dolphins. It was a heartbreak.
How good.
Second game I tipped the Panthers.
Oh, look, at 26-12, just knew I'm like, Penrith aren't out of this yet.
Yeah,
I just knew they're such a good team, such a quality team.
Mm.
You can't take the foot off the pedal with Penrith. Like,
No.
prime example, last year's grand final.
Grand final. Nathan
You
Cleary.
know, Dolphins
Back.
really unlucky. Cleary just clutched that 2-point field goal. Where was?
Yeah.
Is he like the 40 line or 50? I think it was at the 30.
40.
It was 40.
Like, it was a big field goal
Yeah.
to just clinch it.
Reminded me of
And
Bells, actually.
And why didn't the Dolphins take the field goal when they were right in front?
Why did-
Like, what the heck?
What? Katoa just put a bomb up over there, and I'm like,
Do a
you're
field goal.
20
You had plenty
meters
of time.
out. And
That's what you get for having a
Young head come
a first year there, and I think he will learn from that, and he won't do that again. So, but Cleary, welcome back. Cleary has,
Cleary's
apart from
clutch.
their defence, him and Tungul, they were not in sync at all.
Yeah.
Those tries they let through.
Yeah. Quickly for the Dolphins, I thought the Hammer played very well.
Yeah.
And then also Jack Bostock, I think he's only played about 5 or 6 games, but
he's played a few more. He's been there most
It's
of
the
the
whole
season.
year.
yeah. But I'm saying that he's a future Origin player.
Is
He's
he
a
a Queenslander?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Sure.
hopefully. But I'm saying that I would probably in about 2 or 3 years' time,
Yeah, he's a good winger.
I reckon that he could probably replace.
Does anything define a Wayne Bennett team more than the completion rate? 92% for the Dolphins compared to 76%.
And there's the difference between Penrith and everyone else. Penrith can win a game competing at 76.
It's just nuts.
Yeah.
Wow, the play the ball speed
And
was
clutch
quick.
it. 3.2 and 3.3. Yeah, it was quite a good game.
Errors 12 to 5 errors. Panthers to the
12
to
5
the
errors,
Dolphins.
but yeah. And more penalties too.
More penalties. Dane Laurie 260 meters. Dane Laurie's underrated, isn't he? Would you love him at your club?
Yeah, look, he's no what's his name? Edwards.
Dylan
but,
Edwards.
Yeah,
you
Dylan
know, he was alright.
Hey, is Dylan Edwards, is he out for a little while?
Yeah, like 4
Did he get-
weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah.
Did he get injured?
Yeah. He
In
did
Origin?
his calf or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what does that do for the Panthers?
Well, look, Dane Laurie.
Nothing, I think. 'cause
But
they
it
got
doesn't.
Laurie
It doesn't affect.
He
them.
will only get
Remember,
better.
Laurie was the Tigers' first choice fullback when he left,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he couldn't get a run in this side.
Yeah.
yeah. But in that Panthers system, he will do really well.
Shows you a lot about the Tigers.
All right, disappointing game of the round. Manly versus Titans. I was getting PTSD watching the Titans play. It was 2022 all over again. Even shades of 21 when we got the spoon. So bad.
This
I
game
don't know what
saved-
happened.
It saved my super coach.
Yeah.
They were just so bad. I'm a loyal Titans fan. I've stuck with them, but it was just like after 3 good weeks.
Garrick was all over that. What was your centre? Was it Khan?
No,
he's the
Pereira.
winger. Isn't he? Is he
Who was
the
the
We
winger?
had Jojo Feeder on one
Jojo
side.
Feeder.
It wasn't
Brian
Feeder.
Pereira.
It was the other
Kelly.
guy, Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian
Oh.
Kelly. He had a couple of brain snaps.
Garrick
I don't
was
know what
just
was going on
all
with him.
over him. And Turbo.
They didn't play together.
Welcome back.
They didn't play together as a team,
No.
and it was very disappointing.
You guys Titans just play very well at home, but play terrible in Sydney. I find.
You can't. No, Titans will just pull the best game out of nowhere. Doesn't matter where it is.
Down in coughs against the Sharks.
And then they go and play another team where you think, oh yeah, there's all these factors which should put them in front, and they just blow it.
Yeah.
It's interesting because stats are pretty similar, Matt. 50.
I even
Like, completion rate was pretty good.
Fafita on Carl Launton. Fafita should have killed that game. So either they didn't give him the ball enough, or he didn't get in it.
299 post contacts from Tommy Talau.
299 metres.
No,
Yeah.
Just metres.
Oh, not post contact.
What do you guys think about the names with 2 T's though?
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, it's alright.
Trojovic,
What do you think about it in
Talau.
general though?
A little bit strange.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's an
strange.
alliteration.
I wouldn't do it, but my last name doesn't start with a T. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you wouldn't name
Jason
one
Jensen.
of your kids Wally? Wally Witherspoon?
No.
That would actually would have been really good.
I wouldn't because
William Witherspoon.
I don't have good memories of Wally's.
Okay. Anyway.
So, Manly really well. Tom Trbojevic, welcome back. He's hitting form. do you
Brooksy
think?
played well too.
Yeah.
Brooks, pretty good running game
Well,
there
this-
as well.
I saw a stat today that he has the record for the longest drought of playing finals football. Right now in the NRL belongs to Luke Brooks.
Is that 256?
200 and something.
Wow.
Imagine playing 200. Imagine saying to your kids when you're out, yeah, Dad played.
I don't want it to
played
happen,
250
but
games.
what if they get to the finals
I never played
and he
finals.
gets injured in round 27?
Oh,
That would be very heartbreaking.
like
Oh.
you'd put him out there in a moon boot, surely.
Yeah,
wouldn't
you'd
you?
have to
Like,
let him run
just
on last 3 minutes or something.
If I was him, right, after his first finals game, I'd bring everyone around for a barbecue.
Use his Barbie.
No, good on him.
Another good game.
Well, it was last game of the round. Cowboys.
It was good, 'cause I tipped the
defeated
Cows.
The Doggies, and the Doggies actually have a tendency to sort of snatch games off us. Actually, especially when they're close. They beat us last year. They beat us the last couple of times actually. The Dogs. So it was as a Cowboys fan who watches our games passionately. Just ask my wife. She's like, all right,
Hey, Chloe.
she'll be watching. It was.
Dad needs a break.
Just gonna turn the TV off for a little while. Our team is trying. They're trying hard. I just feel like they're lacking a little bit of coaching at the moment. Todd Payton's only in his 4th year. James Maloney's in his 1st year. Our defensive coach is still new as well. I just think they need an old head in there to help guide our team around. We've got stars all over the park trying their guts out. And it was good to get the win because I feel like our season sort of was holding on to the side of a cliff face at the moment. And it was good to get the win. Dogs defended really well, and they, like we spoke about last week, they relied on the Burton bomb. They scored all 3 of their tries off kicks, 2 of them grubbers, but all 3 of their tries off kicks, and that's why I don't think the Dogs will go far in finals. They're just too reliant in their attack on kicks. They don't have any shape when running, but it was good for the Cows to get the dub and build towards next week. What do you guys think?
Well, one thing that I didn't understand what the Dogs did was they got a penalty and they were 2 points ahead, and then they went for a penalty kick. Wouldn't you go for a try? Because I thought when they did that, the momentum changed.
Well, I feel like that's them agreeing that their attack is just not there at the moment.
Yeah.
They weren't confident enough to put points.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys' defence has been a lot better than what it has been. But yeah, it's not a bad thought. What do you think, Matt? You watched the game?
Yeah, it was good. Cowboys did seem to be a bit out of sorts. There was a few errors there.
Penalties, stupid.
Townsend got in trouble a couple of times for silly things. Who was captain in that game? Was it Cotter?
It's Cotter and Dearden.
Yeah, because Townsend did something and he wanted to challenge it, and Cotter put the challenge up and they lost it because it was on our group chat, which I'll have to add you into. There was one game there where the hand was on the ball and it was a raking motion. They said, it was a loose carry. It was a rake the other game, and then in the Cows game, exact same thing. And they said, that's a steal, that's a rake.
Yeah.
It's like it was essentially exactly the same thing. 3 guys in the tackle. 2 guys had arms around the ball. 1 guy had his hand like that with the ball there. The attacker's arm was like that, and he's pulled his hand out like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't a strip.
And like you've spoken about before, not even that, they've gotten really good at raking the ball in different ways.
Well, they do
so
this.
it doesn't look like a rake.
Exactly
They're
that.
pulling it out like
Exactly
that.
that.
Yeah.
I saw another one. I forget how it was, but yeah, similar sort of thing. They've got their arm in there, but they're not raking at the ball, but they're like moving the arm, and it's like, loose carry. So they're getting really good at manipulating that role.
There was also a controversial no try to the Dogs. It got sent up no try, and if you look at it, his hand may have sort of stayed in contact with the ball, but it's one of those ones where the only reason why it was being considered a try was because of slow motion. If you looked at it in normal speed, you're like, he's knocked it on straight away. You saw it, yeah, he knocked it on. The ref sent it up, no try. There's no way that they could overturn it. I know I'm a one-eyed Cowboys fan, but I'm happy for those decisions to just go like...
Yeah, but there's got to be a better way because, like, if that was given a try on the field, it would have stayed
a try. But that's what I'm saying. The ref.
I'm happy for the ref that's generally there, generally watching it in front of him. Let him make the call most of the time.
Don't let slow motion dictate what's a try and what's not a try. That's why I agree with the rule. The ref's like, that looked like a try. No try. He knocked it onto me, and the video ref was like, yeah, I can't.
And you'll win some, you'll lose some, and. Apart from your comment before, I don't think one forward pass loses you the game. I think
I'm just a salty
you got
Cowboys
enough.
fan.
You got enough effort there. When you were talking before, the Cowboys, one thing that they probably suffered from was that previous year when everyone got put into Origin, and I think they thought, we're good enough.
Yeah.
And they stopped trying.
Yep.
And I think now we're just starting to see that effort come back. We've actually got to put
Well, that's
it
what
in
I
there.
think. That's what I think has happened with the Broncos essentially, is because they lost a heap of dudes to Origin and injuries. Whereas a team like Penrith, it didn't really seem to affect. They had a couple of losses over the Origin period.
Yeah.
But they didn't really pick up any of the injuries other than Edwards. I don't think they had. Did they have any other injuries
over that time?
Over this Origin period, this year?
Not from Origin, but Alamotti's out. They lost Taylor May. They lost the other centre.
So that's
and
the two sides of the coin. Is that Penrith have got that depth that they can win without their stars.
Which we said last week. It's ridiculous that Cleary's out. A dude called Schneider, who I'd never even heard of, comes in, and Jack Cole comes in, and they still win.
Yeah.
Yeah, something I'd like to point out about the Cowboys, the average play the ball speed, the Cowboys had the highest of the round with 3.7 seconds compared to the Dogs' 3.4 seconds.
Yeah.
And I know that doesn't sound like much, but it is a long time when you're talking about NRL. And if you go down to ruck infringements, the Dogs only got penalised twice for ruck infringements, 6 against basically. They did concede 9 penalties. We don't know. I don't know what each of those 9 penalties were for. But to me, this suggests 2 things. One, as you mentioned before about play the balls, maybe the Cowboys are actually doing it right and have a slower play of the ball.
It was very noticeable. Like for someone like me to pick that up, say, hey, those play the balls are very slow. So yeah, there you go.
Do they often get put on their back too? Maybe
not Jordan McLean. If you watch Jordan McLean, he never gets put on his back. A couple of other players
ex-Melbourne
do.
player.
Yeah, exactly.
The majority of the Cows were doing it every play.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was. Yeah.
Is that a North Queensland thing though, with the humid conditions? Like, can the
might be
maybe
what doesn't line up with the Dogs?
to play the ball?
No, but the game's been played in North Queensland. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, a bit slower.
Yeah, a bit slower with the humid conditions. Maybe, I don't know.
But yeah, apart from that, good to get the 2 points.
Yeah. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back in a minute. Righto, and we're back.
We're back with the ladder.
Have a look at the ladder. Sponsored by Jed and Caloundra Sharks.
Yeah, by
Caloundra Sharks Rugby League Club.
Yep, Southern Cross Sheds.
Get yourself a Southern Cross Shed. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
All right, Jed.
All right, outright on 34 points at the Storm.
Ooh.
And then 4 points behind that are Penrith, followed by the Sharks.
Up Cronulla.
Who pushes up into third.
Yep.
And then my Roosters down fourth. Sea Eagles, and then Bulldogs, Dolphins, and Cowboys round out the top 8. And then it goes the Dragons, Raiders, Broncos, Rabbits, and Knights all on 20. And then the Warriors, Titans, and then in second last we've got the Eels, and then lucky last of the Tigers.
Poor old Tigers.
Can I?
So, we're probably going to say the same thing. You go.
There you go.
Say it at the same time, then you can. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Well, ninth is 24 points, the same as 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
The Broncos on 20, so that's still 2 wins away from those teams. So this is quite a tight congestion, but the Broncos are a fair bit behind.
They are a fair bit behind, but can you guess who the 4th favourite to win the comp is?
I'm going to say the Broncos.
The Broncos. So
Still.
the Panthers are at $3. The Storm are at $4.20. The Roosters are at $4.33. And if you shoot down to 11th, tied with the Sharks, the Broncos are at $15 to win the comp from 11th position. That is, they're obviously the betting agencies are obviously looking at this going. They're not ruling the Broncos out either.
Yeah.
Well, look, do they have to win every game now? Are they at that
I think
point?
they can.
13. They need to win 5 of their last 7,
As a
and they've
minimum.
got a bye. So 5 of their last.
And the
6.
thing that works for them, like I said last week, Dolphins, Cowboys, Raiders,
Yeah.
I think. No, Dolphins, Cowboys, Bulldogs all play each other quite
Yeah.
significantly. In
And
the sixth
essentially,
period.
you'd want to win all of your last games if you're the Bronx.
And the
Yeah.
Dolphins have got Storm, they got Penrith, they got Sharks, Dogs, Cowboys.
So, and the Broncos are the only positive for and against in the bottom 9.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
And
So,
their last game against the Storm just happens to be on a Thursday night before the finals, and even like this weekend coming, the Bulldogs have a short turnaround. It's happened like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. Look, what I'll,
Conspiracy.
Here we go, Mr. Tinfoil Hat guy.
Jed's conspiracy session.
look, what I will say though is, I think the Storm and Penrith are the only 2 teams that can win the comp. I mean, there's just so many pretenders
Not
in
the
there.
Roosters.
Not after the weekend.
But if they came out, like Jason said, came out with their defence, they could have.
Yeah.
If they didn't get 2 sin bins.
yeah,
and
but could they do that twice?
Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
They can't beat either Melbourne or Penrith and then go to the grand final and beat either Melbourne or Penrith.
But finals does bring out different
Yeah.
qualities and different people as
Oh.
well, which we've seen. Cowboys 2017 won
2017.
4 in a row, plus the games at the end of the season. They made it to 8, and then they won 4 in a row to get to the grand final. They got smoked in the grand final,
Yeah.
but they still made it to the grand
Understatement.
final.
I don't think no team,
Everyone just continued underestimating that team.
no team has ever won 4 games in a row and win a grand final.
Well, it's no one's outside the top 4's won a grand final yet.
So just a quick
Yeah.
rumour for you guys.
Oh, rumour mill.
It may have definitely not been confirmed. Brian Toto has sought a release next year, and he
Ooh.
wants to go to the Tigers.
Allegedly.
Oh.
Allegedly.
That's
Okay.
our caption. That's our title.
So
Allegedly.
what that sparked in me, I was having a look through the team, and I'm like, how much of this team were at that first grand final win? 4 players next year:
Wow.
Cleary, Leota, Edwards, and
Toto.
Martin.
Oh, if Toto.
Well,
yeah,
if Toto goes, 4 players
Yeah.
That's crazy.
were in that team. So that's pretty high.
Oh, you know what it says to me? High turnover rate, poor club culture. Sack the Panthers from the competition.
Well, you know what? They've just got the fullback back. What was his name?
Dylan Edwards.
No, the other one. The one that played last week.
Dane Laurie.
Dane Laurie. So he left, got big money from the Tigers, and then came back to the Panthers because he wants to win a game. And I think you might see some of them coming back for less money because they've got some money now. You might see Burton come back or
Interesting
Crichton
side
or-
note. Appy Coruscant won a comp in 2014 with the South Sydney Rabbitohs, but didn't play the grand final. Did Appy win a comp with the Rabbitohs?
Technically not.
Who played the grand final? Was that Luke?
Isaac Luke.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, he got ruled
Other way
out.
around. Isaac Luke.
Abby played.
Appy won the comp.
Sorry, yes, Abby
My
won.
apologies. Appy played and won the comp. Isaac Luke, who was an outstanding hooker.
Yes.
Did Isaac Luke, if you look on his record, did he ever win a comp?
So,
Right.
basketball, the entire extended bench get a ring,
They don't in the NRL though.
but they don't in the NRL.
So did
Because remember, Thurston gave
Pricey.
Pricey his ring because
Yeah.
Pricey didn't get to play the grand final.
And also the Storm,
Did Steve Price win a comp then?
Well, you got a ring.
But did he win a
No.
like? If you tell
But there was a couple of years ago, the Storm. We were talking about it. There was a couple of the reserve guys that played all year, but then finals, their stars came back. Their stars played the finals,
Well, that
won the
happened-
final. But these guys that were in reserve grade that got called up, that did all the heavy lifting.
do you know
That
what?
happened at
Didn't get
Capewell. Capewell played for the Sharks in 2016, all the finals, and then the grand final he didn't get to play because Take It Easy came back and played 6 minutes.
Yeah. So
But here's where I think about it. Is like one day they're sitting there and they're talking to their grandkids. Oh, Dad, did you ever win any comps? How would you answer it if you're Isaac Luke?
I was a part of the team that did.
yeah,
I don't know. I would.
It's an interesting one.
I would feel like it.
Because you know how, like,
but
when
you
you go
were
on-
a
well, they're
part
in
of
the
the
party.
when
team.
you go on Fox
You
League,
got the team there.
when you go on Fox League and it comes up and says Brian
Premiership
Fletcher,
winners.
premiership winner, Nathan Ottenmarsh, non-premiership winner. Like, what title is these little things? Fascinate me. I was kind of like, oh, I wonder if they technically go down.
I
as
think
top
they
of
should
that.
give it to the whole 30 squad. Like it takes a 30-man squad.
I agree.
Just quickly on a side note,
Side note.
it looks like that the new Eels coach, what's his name again?
Jason Riles.
Jason Riles has told Trent Barrett his services are no longer required.
jeez. You get
and-
sacked as a head coach. You
Yeah.
get sacked as an interim
He
coach.
can't coach though.
Yeah, and then
I think it's strange because he was really good at Penrith, but then Penrith let him go with no qualm.
and then the Eels have also offered what's his name, Brad Tangarani,
Takarani.
no, sorry, I've got that wrong.
Sluggy.
No.
Blaze Tulagi.
Blaze Tulagi a 3-year contract, and he has been told that he can play fullback over the King.
Oh, well that'll fix
Breaking
the Sharks.
news.
Fullback problems. You can have Gutho.
Mate, I
He
would
won't leave
take
the Eels.
Gutho in a heartbeat.
Guffey.
Talk
he won't
about an
leave.
effort player, someone that can tackle. Come to the Sharks, Gutho.
Shall we get into
we've
tips?
got brown paper bags we've borrowed from the Roosters, and we will give them. There's not a lot left.
And all the special sauce.
We don't have
Just
the
need to
money
go
to
to
put in
All
there.
the special sauce.
Need to go to a
on
cafe
table.
with Uncle Nick.
Yeah.
Sit down with
Oh,
Uncle
we
Nick.
need Paul Gowan to sit down with him and have a chat.
All right.
All right,
Round
so
21.
Friday, the first game of the round, if you like, if you don't like watching football. Warriors v Tigers, 14 v 17.
I think you should go for the upset this week.
I think. Here's what. Who cares about the upset? Who's going to get sent off for the Tigers this week?
Ooh.
I'll go Appy.
You reckon Appy
Yeah,
if he
yeah.
plays?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Who hasn't been sent off yet this year?
Porter.
Let's go Alex Twile.
Yeah, we go to the trial.
He'll be on for
Twile.
20,
Yeah, yeah.
15 minutes. Nah, he's
Yeah.
too
Jet,
good.
Jet,
He's
who's
too-
getting sent off?
Benji.
Yeah.
I'll go the young 5'8" guy. What's his name?
Galvin?
Yeah, Galvin.
Gonna go
yeah.
Galvin.
Nah, he's
Yeah,
a good-
okay. All right, what will they get sent
I reckon
for?
Seafarth will go, and I reckon
Yeah.
he's going to do a headbutt.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
he's gonna do a headbutt.
I'll go D Clemmer.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
oh, Clem is
that's a pretty obvious
probably.
Yeah, that's like tipping the
one.
favourite.
What's he going
isn't
to
it?
do? Take someone's head off?
Yeah. Oh, he'll
Surprise.
trip someone.
Yeah.
You know.
Wait, there
yeah.
was a trip in one of those games.
He'll do it.
That's the Cowboys
JWH.
game. Yeah, Cowboys did it.
I'll
trip.
probably
We got away
take
with it.
Warriors in this game though.
Warriors.
Yeah, I'll go Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah, I think up the wires at home this week. Uh,
The Eels. What are they going to do this
All
week?
right, Eels versus Storm.
Ooh, I mean, anyone.
that's a big mountain to climb.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Bellamy's going to rest his top 17 players and this
Big
week?
Yeah,
I'll go Melbourne.
yeah. The Eels
Probably
don't have a bad record
too
against the
early.
Storm, but
I don't think
Yeah,
they'll do it.
This team has a bad record
Not with
against
Moses.
everyone but the Sharks.
Moses is out.
yeah.
I think
Man.
this could be an absolute cracker. The next game is Broncos v Bulldogs, 3 p.m. on a Saturday. The Broncos don't like being out in the daylight.
Dogs
They have
coming
to
off a
win.
loss,
Yeah, dogs
Come.
coming off loss.
wanting to stay in touch with the 8. If the Dogs lose, any of the bottom 4 of the 8 lose, there's a good chance
They could
they'll
be
find
9.
themselves out,
Yeah.
out of the 8.
I tried to get tickets for this game, but it's pretty much sold out.
So did we,
Wow.
yeah. We
Yeah,
couldn't,
yeah.
Get, we couldn't get tickets.
All right,
Yeah.
Broncos for the win.
I'll go Bronx for that one.
All right, next game, Saturday,
Oh.
5:30 p.m. Cowboys at home host the Sharks. The one big thing going for the Cowboys is the Sharks don't have a fullback. This is the first game Will Kennedy got suspended for because the ref ran into him and blatantly ran into him. So I still cannot really think about who will play fullback for the Sharks.
But I will say, I can't remember the last time in regular season the Cowboys beat the Sharks. We beat you guys in the semi a couple of years ago, but I can't remember the last time in regular season.
We have a pretty good.
I think you've won like the last 6 or 7 or something like that.
In Townsville, we've done quite well.
And the Trindle and Atkinson combo.
They're quite good.
So
Our
good.
front row is really turned up last week.
I'll go the Cows.
This is a tough one.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
My heart's
No
going
Nico,
Cows.
no Kennedy. Anyone else out for the Sharks that you know
no,
of?
that should be it.
I'd say
Cows
Cowboys.
will be full back to pretty much full strength. I don't think they got any injuries over the weekend, did they?
Not that I'm aware of. Not apart from their long-term injuries, no.
So
Nothing fresh.
it's going to come down to who's hungrier. I think the Cows are going
The
to be
Sharks
hungrier.
need to stay in that top 4.
Yeah.
The Cowboys need to stay in the top 8. I think it
It
should be a
should be
really
a good
good game. You just see.
I think I'm probably going to lean for Cows at the moment.
Yeah, I'll go Cowboys.
Obviously,
Oh.
I'd tip Cronulla,
Yeah.
but
I'm liking the
see who the
Sharks,
team
but
is.
I don't know. I'm just
In my tipping
Like-
comp, I
we've
will,
won
I
one
will
of the
tip
last
Sharks.
6 too.
yeah.
I will tip the Sharks
Yeah.
in my tipping.
Oh, that's
comp,
true.
but my heart's going to Cows. So.
All right,
Roosters,
next
Eagles.
game. Yeah,
This will be a-
Roosters v Manly
This will be a
at
cracker.
Allianz.
This will be a cracker.
The Roosters will be hurting.
Yep.
They're going to be fired up.
The Seagulls will be cheering.
Yeah. Look,
How does Manly go off a win? They
Manly
normally,
are in 5th.
Yeah.
Turbo keeps playing. They keep winning.
Yeah.
5th.
look, I'll tip my Roosters only because they're my team, but no great confidence.
So there's a chance that one of these two teams will be in the top 4 after this weekend.
Yeah.
Roosters the classier team. They'll
There's not a chance. One of these two teams will be in the top 4. And I don't think the Roosters can get knocked out just yet.
Oh, it might
They
be
can't
too
get
far
knocked
ahead.
out this week.
Yeah.
But
What points are they on?
Oh, yes,
yeah,
they can.
oh no, they can because they're 25, not 24. I was just thinking because
Wow.
their for and against is 209. It's like ridiculous.
This is a
compared to
battle
everyone
for the
else.
top 4.
So
This
can we?
is.
If you guys lose and we win, can we push it? Can we? Do we
Yeah,
swap
you go
over?
back up. Yeah.
Yeah, we
you go
go
back
back
to
up.
third. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Which is good. So the Sharks don't want to play Penrith in the final, and
Yeah.
you don't want to play the Storm. So
Yeah.
if we could come to an agreement, that would be great.
Yeah.
We don't. The Storm don't worry us at
They're probably-
Melbourne,
they're
but
probably-
Penrith have smashed us every game.
they're probably already having those conversations. Like
the
that,
mighty what?
like that year that Wayne Bennett lost to the Dogs, so that the Broncos got the spoon.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, because he was salty as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sunday, the mighty St George Illawarra Dragons
Can
are
you tip?
hosting the Panthers at Wynn Stadium. I don't tip against the Dragons.
Can you tip against the Dragons?
Wow.
I
this
don't
week?
tip against the Dragons this year.
Wow.
That's a big call.
So I'm
That's a
going to
big
back them
call.
for an upset. I think they might just be able to stay in this contest.
Yeah. I think I might tip
The Dragons had a week off.
I'll go Penrith.
The Penrith they won, but they weren't great.
They're Penrith.
I can't tip against Penrith.
I can't normally, but I can't tip against the Dragons
Not
this
with
year.
the Dragons.
Sunday, Super Sunday. We've got the Dolphins v Titans.
We should go to this.
Titans
Yeah, I'm thinking.
at Suncorp. It's at Suncorp.
If you
Just down the road.
if you pay me to go, I'll go.
I'll pay for the fuel.
Okay. Yep. I'll pay for your food.
Sweet. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go.
I'll go Titans because I believe the Dolphins are doing what they did last year and they've hit their straps and they kind of want a bit of a.
And I think the Titans hurting. I think they might just come out.
I'll go Titans. Desi.
Oh, Desi would have just given them absolute flogging. Looks like AJ might not play this week. They're going to give him up to game day, up to the Saturday to prove his captain's run to prove his fitness.
Campbell's just not.
He's probably still
He's
nursing.
not a 5'8".
No, he's not, and he's probably still got a bit of a niggle. But you can't put him in a fullback because Keno is doing.
Well, you
such a
can't
great
put him
job
somewhere
there.
else, can you? So yeah.
Yeah. So it's
It's
a
a problem
good.
with 4 fullbacks and no 5'8".
Whereas AJ, you know, you could slot him in the centre, you could put him at 5'8", you could put him at fullback, so he's a bit more versatile.
So just quickly, who'd be that one player that you think the Titans just have to make a call on and say you can negotiate somewhere else out of those 4 players?
To leave.
Yeah, to leave.
Well, they can't do AJ.
Yeah, they can't do it.
I think AJ's got a lot more future potential.
Yeah, but who would be your one player that...
You'd probably have to say Campbell.
At this year.
I would have said Kinney.
I don't know, that's a hard... Kenny could probably go, and then if we could get him back again.
Kinney,
Yeah.
Brimson and Campbell can play dual position. I know not great, but Kinney's a fullback. He can't play.
But he's
5'8".
yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a tough one. Eh?
Yeah, it's a tough call.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you need a very good halfback.
You need Foz.
The question is, who's going to replace Foz when he goes?
Yeah, at the end of it.
Walker.
That's where he's going.
Walker's going everywhere. Gee, he's got it. He's got it good.
Would you rather Walker go to Broncos or Titans?
Oh, Titans any day of the week.
There you
Any
go.
day of the week.
And
Sam,
then
if you're watching Titans.
Canberra's second home game in 2 weeks, playing on the Sunday at 6:15 p.m. via the Rabbitohs. Look,
This could be a good battle.
I don't know how you tip the Raiders, but they won
Well,
last week.
Fogarty's back.
I'll
It'll
go-
be his second week back.
I'll go Canberra. I'll go
Is
the
the
Mill.
troll still out?
Latrell's
Yeah,
out.
So this is Whiten's first
Oh,
game
it's
back
the Jack
in
Whiten
Canberra,
Cup.
I think. The Jack Whiten Cup, as we call it. I think the Rabbitohs have got too much to play for.
Yeah. How would you feel though if you're Jack White and you went to South to win a premiership, yet the team that you're versing is higher on the ladder?
I think you probably give Ferguson a call and find out how it feels. Yeah. Look,
Lastly,
it's,
Knights versus the bye. Do you think the Knights can get the job done?
Let's just hope they come out of it this weekend unscathed.
will KP get injured? That's the big thing you got to think about. Can he get through this?
Is somebody watching him? Where is he?
That's a good
That's a
question. I
rhetorical
don't know anyone
we
knows.
should have ended the podcast
Hey,
there.
Bali. Are they in Bali? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Knights.
No, they're not the Tigers. They don't go on mid-year holidays.
Mid-year holiday. It's probably a good time for a break for the Knights, to be honest. Come back and see if they can win some games back end of the year. So
Yeah, well
should
that's
be a
it.
great week.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's it for the Outside Man this week. If you're still here, thanks for hanging out. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can keep up to
Your
date.
friends need to know.
Remember to check out Cam Buddy. I'll
Not
put the
sponsored.
website down there again. Not sponsored. That's it. Let's get out of here. We've got
Right.
some things to do.
There we
Yeah.
go.
I don't.
Okay.
Do you wanna-
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Have a great life.
Oi!